Okay, and the other thing I want to show you is NetMeeting. NetMeeting 3 is part of Windows 98 second edition. And in order to use, I'm going to launch NetMeeting over here. So I'm here at ADSL speeds, just like we were doing the internet connection sharing before. So I'm actually on the same sort of setup, ADSL speeds here. And in order to do Windows NetMeeting is an audio, video, and data collaboration application. So I want to show you some of the video, and I'm going to need a camera for that. The camera that I have is a 3Com Home Connect camera. It's a USB camera. Just stuck it right in the USB port in the back of this Brio here. And I also understand that we're raffling off these things at every theater. So at the end of the show today, you're going to get a chance to pick up one of these. So the best way to show you what NetMeeting does is to actually call somebody. And I'm going to do that. Now I told a friend of mine who works at Microsoft Beijing that I might be testing things. I didn't tell her about the whole, theaters across the USA and stuff like that. I told her I might be testing out NetMeeting in the morning. Her name is Beijing, and that sounds like a city, and it is, but it's also her name. So I'm going to put in her email address and make sure I spell it right. She's got a Hotmail account. Now, the way this works is she's actually logged on to something called the Microsoft Internet Directory, and she's logged on using her email name. When I type that in here, it'll search against that directory and then find it. Ultimately, it's the IP address that finds her. But I don't have to go. I don't have to go looking up at that directory now. So I'm going to just try giving her a call. Right. And I've got a headset here. This headset helps cut down on some of the echo in case you've got your speakers too close to your microphone. I've got my speakers out in the house here, so I'm just going to use the microphone part. Hello, Beijing. Glad to see you're sitting at your computer today. Have we got her out over the PA? I hear her. Oh, there we go. I heard her over here. Okay, so what are you doing working on a Saturday? What are you doing working on your...
Just catching up on work. Want to see what I'm working on?
This thing is not long enough for me to actually reach my head. See? I'd be stooped over. So I'm just going to use the mic here. I'm going to show you something about because I've got a little real estate problem on my screen here. You can actually make a compact view, and then I just have her video here, and then we have plenty of room to see what she's doing. So it looks like Beijing's working on a NetMeeting presentation here, and she can actually enable me to jump in and work in that. And I see that she's working on the mission statement for NetMeeting, so I want to add something which is very important.
That is extremely important.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Tom, is this application actually on her machine or on your machine? Or?
Yeah, so she's sitting at home right now, happens to have a fast connection also, and she's working on this presentation. It's a PowerPoint thing, and you can see up on top here. It's actually on her machine. I don't have to have the application running on my machine, and I don't have to actually even have it installed because I'm just seeing an image of what she's doing.
That's very cool.
And I can, well, I'm going to close this stuff off here. So Beijing,
yeah?
We were talking the other day about my daughter, about my family, and I want to show you a picture, a new picture that I have of my daughter. And I can do that also using NetMeeting. It's audio and video, but it's also data collaboration. You can share applications like we did. We've also got something like the whiteboard, electronic whiteboard here, which you can do doodling in and drop graphics. Anything you can cut, copy, paste can go into the whiteboard. So I've actually already got a picture of my daughter from last weekend. I'm just going to drop it in there. And can you see her, Beijing? And so now you see Beijing is on the other side writing very appropriately, very cute. And this is multi-point, so we could do this with a whole group of people, right? They could be seeing this too. This is like sort of this is something that I do with my mom. When I'm not helping her out over the internet, giving her PC support using NetMeeting, we can actually exchange pictures with this.
So this is something that I could use personally to do my daily calls with my mom. Is it easy to set up? And I mean, you just plug a USB camera and you're ready to go?
Right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you another application here. Thank you, Beijing. Going to hang up on you now. There you go.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So for someone like you who calls his mom every day and brings his mother-in-law up on stage and things like that.
Need that security blanket.
You can do something else. You can go a step further and actually embed NetMeeting in a home page. And you think about that application for like e-commerce site where we could speak to a salesperson. You can also do it on your own personal site. And this is actually something that I did on my personal site. And the idea is that if I travel a lot on my job, so I have my own personal site where I can call home. Right? And if I know that my wife or my kid's at the computer on the internet, I can give them a call and actually connect up to them.
That's a great picture.
And thank you. It's from last Halloween, actually. That's not the way they normally look. I can show you the source. The source for this is only a few lines of code somewhere down here to actually place the call after all these. This is all images stuff, and the actual call is just like these many lines of code to actually get through and place a call out to somebody by embedding any of the NetMeeting features into the, we're getting a call. I didn't really expect to. It's from the director. I better accept it. So I happen to be on. So NetMeeting is not running. We've just got the, hi Roman.
Hey Tom. It's about time we wrap it up, okay?
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Roman.
That's all right.
I was getting a little carried away. All right, bye. All right, I'm going to turn it off. But you know what? We're on this site, and chances are my daughter, Saturday morning, if she's not watching the cartoons, she's surfing the internet.
We are a little short on time.
3-year-olds, you know how they are nowadays. So I'm going to see if they're there. If the computer's not on, I'm not going to get connected,
okay.
Right? So kind of bear with me, everybody, all right? So we'll give it a try. If she's on, then it'll ring and launch NetMeeting on. Oh, she's there, and she's got a microphone on. Hello there, Rebecca.
Daddy, it's me.
Oh, hi there. What are you doing?
I'm not just on the computer.
Yeah, try not to eat the microphone. Oh, okay. Thanks a lot, Rebecca. Thanks for being there at the computer. I appreciate it. I just had to, outdo Sean and his mother-in-law. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye. All right.
Great job.
So that's
Another tool that we've put a lot of attention against because of where the world is going, so to speak, is the whole NetMeeting tool, which has emerged as incredibly popular. And in terms of improvements in version 3, it's got a new flexible user interface, a lot of good security capabilities. The ability to share desktops is something that we want to talk about in a little more detail here. Also, you can embed all of this within web pages, and resource kits are naturally available for deployment. These are powerful tools for conferencing. These are powerful tools for help desk activity. And in fact, what I'd like to do is introduce Tom Lemo, who's going to come out. He's a product manager at Microsoft, and we're going to talk about NetMeeting in the context of a help desk application. Tom, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Great to see
Hi,
you.
Bob.
Let's see what you've got.
Okay, what I want to show you today is...
Yeah, a pink screen.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. I didn't realize that. I want to show you how NetMeeting can be used to change the way help desks work.
Okay.
So NetMeeting is a component of Windows. It's in Windows 98 2nd edition. It's in the forthcoming Windows 2000. And you pointed out my pink screen.
Yeah.
So I'm not too happy with this. I'm not too happy with this. So I'm going to see if I can get this changed. And if I had a corporate, go to my corporate intranet site where the help desk begins, and this is where you might go to try to figure out how can you change your screen settings, for
Yep.
example. And I've navigated to the point where I've been trying to find the answer online already, and I kind of couldn't figure it out. Right? So now I have the option to actually call somebody, to call the support technician. And I'm going to do that now and see if I can talk directly to them to see if they can help me with my problem.
This help desk like that, Chef.
So I've now connected up to the help desk, and from his end, he should now be able to tell, since I've been navigating through that screen, he knows who I am when I gave him the call, and he knows what general area my problem is in because he could tell where I am.
Yeah.
Plus his help desk application on his side would bring up perhaps the configuration of my machine and maybe the history of all my many calls that I've put into him. So I've got a problem with my desktop here.
What's the problem with the desktop, Tom?
Oh,
I see what you mean.
I'm not too happy about the color. The text set up this horrible pink color, and it's not manly enough for me.
Well, it's really easy to
admitted it.
change, Tom. All you have to do is push the Start button, go to Settings, then Control Panel, double-click on the display icon, go to Appearance, click Color Option,
get
and
that.
pick the color you like, and then hit OK.
Go ahead, Tom.
Well, wait a second. I'm a marketing guy here, okay? So could you slow down, start again from the beginning, double-click on something?
Push the Start button, go to Settings, then to Control Panel,
All right,
double-click on
but
Display.
it's not gonna work. Could you just come down and do it for me?
You know, I'm pretty far away, so why don't you share your desktop out to me, and I'll fix the problem for you, and then I don't even have to move.
That's an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, okay, that's good. You know, this
How are you
actually,
going to do that?
well, this gives me an opportunity to show you a little bit more about the NetMeeting UI, and I can also, well, to launch NetMeeting UI separately, I've programmed one of the hotkeys in the Internet Keyboard Plus here, Pro actually, right? So I've got this one. Actually launched NetMeeting, and just so you can see it a little bit better, I'll minimize the web page. So this is the data view of NetMeeting 3. A lot of corporations are deploying NetMeeting only in data view for the data collaboration features of NetMeeting. There's also a compact view, which is video only, looks a lot like the web page we were just at. And then there's the standard view, which is my favorite, that's both together, so you can see both video and have the data collaboration stuff. On this data collaboration view, you see the main data features, data collaboration features you can do. There's a text-based chat, electronic whiteboard for doodling and exchanging graphics or doing diagrams, and actual file transfer as part of the NetMeeting session. But what I want to do is, as the technician suggested, share out my desktop. So I go to the share button, which launches the share dialog. I have a choice here to share out any individual application or folder that's running on my machine. The only thing I have open right now is Internet Explorer or my desktop itself. So that's what I want to share out, because then he sees everything that's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm also going to go one more, do an additional step and allow the technician to have control of my
So you
desktop.
literally are handing your machine right over to this individual.
Right, so now he has control of my desktop. He
Yep.
sees this pink screen, and we see his initials, TS, for tech support. If I was doing this in a virtual meeting or something, I'd
This
be
is
able to
what
see
he
other
was trying
people's.
to explain to us before, Tom.
Right, he's going through now and doing this all for me. Actually, a lot of help desks would probably do this the other way around. He would ask me to do it and then watch as I was making the changes because he could see my screen.
You must have looked like a slow learner.
Yeah, he figured we don't have time today to
Right.
go through all that.
This is
But if you
great.
did do it yourself, then maybe you would know the next time to go
That's
through
great.
there. So thank you very much.
That is super.
Thanks, Venkatesh.
All right, looks like your desktop's all set. I
Thank
hope
you.
Everything's okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good. That's great. Thank you very much, Tom.
You're welcome.
Right
Thank
out.